I feel like him. And hello, it's Fo, and welcome back to Turbine City. Last time we'd made it to 300,000 population. We got this area all connected up to the rest of the city. Gonna add some more small roads so we can expand our zoning outwards from this central strip. Again, we're gonna try and get as much as we can in. We're not gonna be too brutal. We're easily gonna get our way to the 500,000 in the space that we've got. So we don't need to go overboard and try and use up absolutely every square. At the same time, I don't want it to look sparse. This is the central part of the city. So I want it to look kind of old city, that there's some strange configurations of small roads, so they're not all uniform. I want to use the space effectively, but in a strange sort of way. We'll have more small roads coming off the internal small roads, mix it up so each one of these sort of squares is unique. Get a road in here and over there. I'll just connect it over to the small road though. The fewer connections going onto our medium roads, the better. And like I say, this is going to look like the first part of the city, where everything expanded out from. So before they learned perfect road management and layout skills, they were doing things a little haphazardly. That's what you tend to see in cities anyway, older ones in the centre, sort of remnants of strange decisions, and old roads that seem to go to nowhere or wind in a crazy fashion or up a crazy hill or something before they realise that wasn't the best of ideas. We've got plenty of demand, so we'll get zoned in, get some more houses built, get some more people moved in, and further towards our glorious target. We're fairly safe away from all the noise. This entire sort of area could be residential. I'd rather keep the need for commercial for when we need it, to block these unique buildings, the noise coming off them. Further down where we've got our specialist commercial areas, want to make sure they've got the demand to fill them up. For the meanwhile, we'll just sort of expand out where it's nice and easy for them to get connected up to the rest of the grid for the power. So we'll let them build out and sort of go naturally. We can maybe cut this area in half, see where we want to bring it back to in terms of the commercial. That's certainly far enough away for noise consideration. That's all we need to do just now. Just gonna meet the demand that we've got. Get the areas filled in with some lighter stuff. Want to make sure there's shops for them to go to. Maybe not this many, so just like with the residential, we want a mix of the light commercial as well as the dense commercial. It also acts as a good barrier, because the low density housing doesn't really like being right next door to high density commercial. They don't like it for the noise. That's a fairly good separation. Hopefully everyone will be alright. That noise pollution's a real killer. Certainly makes them sick, so hopefully we'll get everything good. We'll keep the low density stuff as the buffer. Then we're free to put in residential next to it if we want to. It's zoned enough that we don't need to worry about it for a while. Hopefully they can fill it up, we can get on and do more. Maybe fill in this next section down as well. Minus this little bit. We've still got room over here. Expand out our industrial. If again we come right next to the highway, because the industrial isn't going to complain about that, then we can sort of expand the industrial area sort of naturally across the highway over here. If the power doesn't jump across the highway and automatically connect the two areas, you can always pop in a building or two, get it connected up that way. Get a park in. Hopefully, as I say, the power is going to jump across when the buildings come in. If not, hopefully this park is going to get it connected up. If we fill in the inside, if the park is the only thing getting the power, then they'll start building from across the road from the park. Get this area extended out a bit. We can have more IT buildings. Road extended eventually on this side of the train tracks. In the meantime, we can get this little bit zoned. Some more offices. I love the way they come in and they sort of mask the train track a bit. We'll get them going on the other side of this road as well. The way this is turning out. Maybe get some more roads in on this side. Mostly can't put residential there because the IT cluster does give off noise. Don't know how bad it is in comparison to the high density commercial, but I presume just as much. So this will have to be sort of commercial along here. And up here we can sort of extend our residential out when the need gets up again. I could get a road up here, but I wouldn't like the way it would suddenly turn and then have to turn again. Wouldn't please me as a connection, despite wanting to be sort of random over here. Not that random. I'll get these connected up. Don't want to go too close to the roundabout. So we'll come in like that. And in the middle here, we could go up and down the way, but probably better to go across the way and have the connections coming off the smaller roads. Be better on the traffic. Zone in where we know we need the commercial. Now we can maybe do some residential further up, just to stay on top of the need. Again, we don't want to overzone, because that does lead to death waves. We suddenly start losing hundreds of people every cycle. Take our commercial up this far. Then we can get more residential in. Missed a little bit. Then we can take it all the way up to here. Be even more connected. And extend it out from both sides at the same time. Maybe just want some normal offices to try and block the noise from the IT cluster. Could do this entire block as offices perhaps. As an alternative to industry. We do want a lot of industry for the commercial, but there is such a thing as too much. If they don't want that industrial area that we've set up for them, if they don't want to build across the road, they might want to build offices instead, and that's what the industrial needs showing up as. Certainly has been a sort of persistent small need, regardless of what I'm doing with the industrial, so maybe that's the answer. Of course I've missed a bit with the water pipes. Classic. Like even veteran players who play all the time still set things up in excitement and don't set up water pipes. So we'll get this last little bit covered. That'll be safe to keep on zoning. Looking good. Still got plenty of space to work with. We've made it up to prestigious. So we've unlocked a few new buildings for our final level of our Vo Academy of Arts. So we'll get these placed in. Find some room for them. Don't think we've got much room, but we'll make room. If we extend our area down here, we've still got a bit of space to work with either side of this road. Hopefully we can fit some things in here. Hopefully that's going to be big enough. Let's go for our biggest thing first. The School of Economics. Unfortunately it's not a long one. It's rather stout. Don't really want to fit it in here and get rid of all these buildings, but needs must, unfortunately. Hopefully it'll please them rather than displease them. They're usually not happy when you destroy stuff, even for a good reason. These smaller things we can fit on our odd little road. for everything. Apart from this. Can fit this over here though, where we've extended our area. We'll make sure we've got everything. I think we're going back into stuff that we've unlocked before. But hey, we're sure. I think it's fine that we have duplicates. This is the last level, so don't really need to make room for anything else after this point. I'd really like to fit something small in there, but I think it's not to be. Okay, just on this corner we can get the gym in. Yeah, it's harder to build on the inside of the bend. It has to be pretty small, and you have to be in just the sort of sweet spot of it. Yeah. Even this with a small building, it doesn't like it. Doesn't fit in this gap, even though I really wish it would. Get in here. Dorm's definitely too chunky. But we can get one down the back here. Maybe further down. Must have power cables under here or something. Get that deleted. I'll have room, pop down another dorm. Get this one out of the way as well. Probably got a bunch that are unnecessary now that we could delete. So we'll go around and get rid of them all. The ones that we don't need anymore. Tidy these things up a bit. At some point we'll be able to get rid of these ones along the river, but for now, that's all them got rid of. We're getting there. Filling out. Sure it won't be long before we've got these entire 2 tiles covered and we're having to go across the river. Industrial needs getting back up. Slowly but surely, so yeah, they have enjoyed these offices, so we'll get in some more. See if that appeases them again. Nothing is happening over here after all that time we've left it. If we give them their own power station and their own fire station and everything, make it super appealing for them. Get it connected up so they can start building from here. They've got everything they need. Maybe they would just rather build offices instead. Get this zoned just to make sure that it's within the radius of the power tower. And we'll give them their own fire station. See if that encourages them to start building across there. Because our shops will need goods. Don't want to be in a situation where the shops are all screaming that they are running out of goods and you don't know what to do about it. So we've got a little bit of demand for everything. Get them in a little bit more zoning. Let it ride again. We've got enough of a gap away from all the noisy stuff. Probably get more residential in here. Keep the commercial going up the main road. See if that little gap's enough that they don't complain about the noise. Can always come back and try and pop in trees or change the outer zoning to low density commercial instead. See how we get on. Soon see if they start complaining that they're getting sick from the noise pollution. Sure we'll undergo many a renovation and change the zoning before we get to the end. That should be enough to keep them going. We can ease off the zoning a bit and let them do their thing. Our report is through again. We're still prestigious. Gained some students. We're still making the academic works. Things are all good. They're not immediately taking a dive back down the reputation level again. Demand is getting back up for commercial after letting it run for a bit. Almost at the 325,000. I'm sort of thinking about it and measuring it in 25,000s now. There's sort of mini milestones towards the 500,000. Get some small roads in here before they all build in. It's hard to see with the glare of the sun, especially when you've got it tilted at an angle. It's usually why I work top down rather than sort of tilting the camera. But as the city gets bigger, you want to see more of it. You can only really do that by increasing your sort of field of vision. So we'll get some more small roads in, enough to zone us and keep us going. We'll get some more zoning in before we go. Just extend what we've got, I think. We've still got enough power to keep us going. Don't think we need to worry about another power station yet. Again, we'll put a little bit of low density in before we put our low density house in. Just try and buffer the noise a little bit better. Make it a happier place to live. Do the same sort of thing over here. Just a little bit. I think we want to finish off with more commercial. Fill it in on the main road as well. Get this all connected up. In theory, this would make a good university area. Now that we've finished our Academy of Arts and got it up to the prestigious level. I reckon the space along the river is probably big enough to house all the varsity sports stadiums. Something to consider in the next episode. Once we get that last campus down, get leveled up to prestigious. Hopefully we can have them all at prestigious level at the same time. That'd be great. We feel like we've completed the campus DLC stuff. We're running out of time for today, so we'll come back next time and pick up where we left off. Until then, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.